The first card you have for your past is the Three of Cups. I'm seeing some kind of learning, some kind of studying, training, something like that in this card. And I think you're at the stage in this, with whatever this was, where you knew you had a long way to go. You're kind of in the middle bit of this. And I think you were seeing some little results coming in, just little things coming in. And I think that might have been what was helping you to keep going on this. There were some frustrations around this, but I don't think you were going to give up at all. You weren't going to do that, but you had this kind of dragging on feeling. It's like, oh, I'm just at this time when I know I'm going to get to the end, but I know it's going to take a long time and it's dragging on. So there's that. And I think, when you started this, obviously you're very enthusiastic. And then, when you get to the end of this, you'll also feel a lot better. It'll be like, oh, I'm nearly at the end. But yeah, this is the stage you're at. And I think you had these little results. And I think what they were for you was sort of like a promise of what's coming at the end. Because this card has a harvest. It's about a harvest and celebrating a harvest. So, so all the planting, growing, nurturing, all the work you're doing, all of that, that's all going to pay off for you. And the other thing I'm seeing here as the other frustrating thing I'm seeing around this is that you're having to work with some other people on something as a team. And I don't think you minded that. There were the usual frustrations with working with a team. I think there might have been one person in this team who wanted to take charge, wanted to take the lead. And I think you found yourself having to kind of try to even things up, make everything even. Everyone had the same say, everyone had a vote or whatever it was, or everyone had the same kind of responsibilities and all of that kind of thing. Because, if you look at this card, the three women are obviously, they're all in a team. They're all coordinated. They're all working together. They're all dancing in the same way. And they're all the same height. And so that's how you wanted to keep things, everything even, everything fair. So yeah, so if this is all resonating, you're still going through this stage, this kind of frustrating stage, just think of these little results that are coming in. You're getting little positive results coming in. It might be praise, it might be little, things that people say to you. It might be, if it's in a lecture, if it's like a university, it might be a lecturer saying, encouraging you, might be something else. So these little results, just think of those and let them keep you going. Just remember that they're a sort of a promise at what's at the end, because what's coming at the end is a lot of positivity for you. It's going to work out well for you. So the next card you have for your past is the Chariot. So yeah, I think even though, this thing was dragging on a bit, and even though that was the stage you're at, you knew inside your head that yes, you were going to get to the end of this and you were determined to get to the end of this. And I think also you knew what was going to come after this as well. You kind of knew that this thing that you were doing was going to bring you, a better future. And I think that was fueling this determination inside of you as well. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is someone who's a little bit emotional, and they don't want to be emotional. They don't want to be seen, I think. I think it's that. They don't want to be seen as being emotional. And I think this is someone who doesn't want people to see them as weak. I don't think it's weak to show your emotions, but this is how this person was feeling at this time anyway. And they were hiding this as well. But I think, sooner or later, these emotions are going to have to come out if they haven't already. It's a little bit strange because I don't think this person's even around you. A lot of this thing, these emotions and all of this, they're going on inside their head. All the thoughts are going on inside their head. I don't think they've expressed any of this to you. And yeah, they're trying to hide all of this. So I think even if they were around you, they probably wouldn't say anything to you anyway. You wouldn't realise they're really hiding this. But they're not going to be able to hide all of this forever. There's a lot of control in this card. This man's in control of where he's going and he's concentrating. So, they're trying to control their emotions. but they're not going to be able to do this forever, because if people have really strong emotions, they can only hold them in for so long until they kind of burst out. They can't just keep them in forever. So, you know, yeah, maybe this is an ex, but yeah, their emotions are really mixed up. They've got a lot of emotions. There are some positive and some negative as well. So it's not all kind of, oh, I'm in love with this person and I can't tell them. Not only that, it's very mixed. Good, bad, everything else, a lot of memories, some regrets, some even a little bit of anger, all sorts of mixed up things. So, yeah, the last card you have your past is the Two of Swords. So I think, yeah, so I think this might be someone from your past, this person who has all these emotions. Yeah, there's definitely some unfinished business here. And again, a lot of mixed feelings around this, not being sure of your feelings, because this woman isn't sure of herself. She doesn't know which way to kind of go, which side to go on. Yeah, there's a crescent moon here. So it's not a new moon. It's not at the beginning, and it's not a full moon. It's not at the end. So something's not finished here. It's unfinished business. So whoever this is, you know, you definitely had strong feelings for them at one time at least. But yeah, you had clashes. There were clashes that went on between you. There's some rockiness in your past. There are rocks behind this woman. So yeah, I think there are a lot of arguments. When you're with them, there are a lot of arguments. And I think then it suddenly just came to a point where neither of you even want to bother even arguing again. And I think that was the turning point. Because at that stage, no one even cared enough to even bother arguing. And I also think there were some other people around this as well, around this relationship. I'm seeing two specific people, and I think maybe they were interfering in some way. You know, there was a lot of pressure on you, a lot of pressure on them, a lot of outside pressure. Yeah, a lot of pressure was put on this relationship. But, you know, at this time, you're both more mature, you've moved on from that, or you've moved forward from the position you were both in. And, you know, there's no way either of you would put up with any of that kind of pressure now. Yeah, there is this unfinished business, though. They're not going to approach you now, I don't think. But I am seeing this changing at some time, because, yeah, these emotions are going to have to come out. I keep on seeing that. And I'm not feeling this outside pressure now. It was there and it's not there now. And that might be because the pressure's just off, or it might be because they're not willing to tolerate that kind of pressure anymore. So they're growing out of their feelings. They're kind of going to go through this, and they're going to kind of move through all of their feelings and kind of get them a bit clearer in their head. And then I think eventually they will come and approach you. That's what I'm seeing now. So the first card you have your present is the Lovers. So I think you might have someone else around you anyway who's either interested in you, or you might be in a relationship with someone. There is someone there in some way. But I think you do still think about this person. They are in your energy. They're in this reading. Again, I'm seeing that there will be some kind of a connection between you. And I think what's happening is, because I'm starting to see that in the Two of Swords, and I'm seeing that a bit clearer here, I think they might be starting to go through a process of change. And this is a big internal change that they're going to, and I think this is eventually going to lead to an external change, which is what happens. So they're going to reach out to a lot of people, not just you. They're going to reach out to a lot of people. That's what I'm seeing. They might even be apologizing to a lot of different people. I don't know if this is going to make sense to you, but maybe they've had some kind of addiction problem, because, you know, in a lot of programs that help with addiction, recovering addicts are kind of encouraged to go and reach out to people and apologize to them. So that might be what that is, or it might just be, it might not be that, it might just be that they feel that they want to apologize. But they are going to change. They are. I mean, a lot of people say that people can't change. And, of course, if someone hurts you over and over again, or if someone cheats on you, you are better off without them. Of course you are. But some people can change. I think it's just that, the process of change, real change, genuine change, is a really difficult process to go through. It means that you have to go through a lot of painful steps. It means that you have to really look at yourself, examine yourself. It means you have to face up to a lot of things, and it's painful. And a lot of people can't get through those steps, so they try and then they give up. But some people do get through that. And I think, that's what's happening with them right now. They're probably in this process. Again, they are going to come back in some way. That doesn't mean it's going to be a romantic connection. It might be eventually, but that's not going to be their intention in the beginning, I think. They are going to come and apologize. I think you are going to have to make some choices in the future around this person, difficult choices. I'm not exactly sure what kind of choices. It might be whether you want to forgive them or not, whether you want to have them back in your life or not. It might be around that. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have for your present is the Ace of Cups. Again, here's this process. This is showing the process this person's going through. This is a painful process. Change is painful when it's genuine change, especially when it's changing from negativity into positivity. So this is what they're going through. It's not easy for them at all. There are tears here, and it's a long process as well, but they are eventually going to come out the other side of this. And all these cards are showing me that they're all a message to you, and I think they're telling you that they are going through this, they are changing, and hopefully that's going to prepare you for this connection when it does come to you. And that doesn't mean this is telling you to take them back. That's totally up to you, of course. But it might not even end up in a romantic connection at all. But they definitely want to make peace with people, including you. Look at this beautiful dove on this card. They want to make peace with you. Of course, that's up to you as to whether you're going to say yes or not, but that's what they want. That's what they want. So I'll go on to the next card. I'm just seeing a few more things in this, but anyway, I'll go on to the next one because I think I've said everything I need to say about that, I think. So the last card you have for your present is the Ten of Swords. Okay, so so obviously this card looks really dramatic. I'm not seeing anything too horrible in this. Obviously it's not great. What I'm seeing here is overkill. It doesn't mean killing, but it just means overkill, forcing something, pushing and pushing until the other person can't stand it anymore. So they either give in or they leave or they just whatever. So there's a danger. Not a danger, but when this person does eventually contact you, connect with you, you might find yourself in a position where you feel almost forced to forgive them or to hear them out. Now, it's totally up to you, so try not to feel pressured into anything you don't feel comfortable with. If you need to distance yourself for a while before you make a decision, that's absolutely fine. If you want to say no right away, that's absolutely fine. Do whatever you want, do whatever you're comfortable with, whatever that is. If they want to apologize, they should be doing that without expecting things from other people. Of course, it's really nice to get an apology, but that's completely their choice to do that. You can present them with an apology, and it's up to them to choose however they want to respond to you. So be mindful of all of that. Go with your feelings. If you feel pressured in any way, that's an indication that you might want to get some space or kind of get some distance. So I hope that all makes sense to you. So the first card you have your future is the Three of Wands. So I think this is about these studies again, or whatever this is in the Three of Cups, this learning process. Okay, so when you finally finish these studies or whatever this is, or this training, this is going to push your life into a totally new direction. It definitely will. There are going to be some opportunities that come to you after all of that study or training or whatever that is over. But I don't think they'll be exactly what you're expecting. You might not get the most amazing job or opportunity or whatever right away. There are going to have to be some stepping stones that you have to jump onto before you get to the big stone or the big rock or whatever it is. It's going to take time. So, if you do have to say yes to something that doesn't seem so great to you, try not to stress about that. It's not going to be forever. This is a stepping stone. Sometimes you can't get to where you want to go just by walking through the front door. Sometimes you have to go sideways. Sometimes you have to go on a windy path where you can't see the end to that path. Sometimes there are hills that go up and down. But you will get there in the end, you really will. Because again, you have the Three of Cups. This is a harvest, and this is a celebration of the harvest, and that's what's ahead of you. I think with the Three of Wands, it's just telling me that you are going to have to wait a little bit longer for that to happen. But it is going to happen. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm kind of seeing similar things in this as well to what I'm seeing in the Three of Wands. You might not feel as if you're ever going to get to where you want to go when you're going through all of this. It's not going to be easy. The Page is you. He's a student. And he's looking up to this golden coin, and he looks as if he's thinking something like, can I actually do this? Am I ever going to get to where I want to go? That's how he looks to me in this reading. It's like he's looking at this coin, he wants it, but he's kind of afraid. He's like, can I do this? So, and also this card's also about another thing. It's about sending out messages or giving out messages. So you are going to be applying for a lot of things at this time. You're going to be sending messages out to people, looking for opportunities. And again, these opportunities aren't going to be exactly what you want right away, but they are going to lead to better things. So say yes to the best thing that comes along. Think of it as a stepping stone. Don't think of it as forever. Then move on to the next thing, and eventually you'll get there. So yeah, the last card you have for the future is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, I keep on seeing this again. There's a lot of messages about this work and this study situation. So obviously this is something that someone needs to hear, and someone needs encouragement that they are going to get there in the end. So I keep on seeing this in all these cards. So yeah, you're going to get to a time where it is going to be difficult. It is going to be, because you're going to see these things, they're not going to be what you want, and you're going to feel like, oh no, it's really awful, it's a bit embarrassing. People might ask me, oh, so what's your job now? And it's not quite what you want and all of that. It's also very draining. This whole process of applying for work or whatever it is, and going out and putting yourself out there and having people say no, 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 and over again, or having to kind of sell yourself and put a big smile on your face even when you don't feel like it, and getting dressed up and all of that. It's emotionally draining. It's emotionally draining. And this card is the emotional card. So it is going to take a lot out of you emotionally. And yeah, you are going to have to keep on just putting yourself out there, but don't exhaust yourself emotionally. At other times when you have down times, take care of yourself, do really nice things for yourself, get some nice food, burn a nice scented candle if that's what you're into, whatever it is. Go out somewhere in nature, that's a good thing to do. Watch a movie you like, watch something funny, that's a really good thing to do. Do whatever you can in your down times to kind of make sure you're not emotionally drained and down, because you do want to be your best when you are going through these things. You do want to appear to look, fresh and ready to start and enthusiastic. So, don't make yourself kind of drained and down. And again, if you don't get the result you want, try to rest on the results you do have at the time, if that makes sense to you. So, it's like, just realize that if you've been given something, an opportunity, and it's not exactly what you want, just rest on what you've been given. Just say, okay, I've been given this. I'm going to have to work with this for now. Also, I'm grateful for this. And this is going to lead me to something else. So I'd rather be here than not be here, because this is leading me to something else. You never know. You might be in a job that you don't like very much. You might meet someone that helps you with other things. You might go off with a client and talk to them, and they might say, oh, my brother is in this industry. He might know something. You just never know where something's going to lead. So never say to yourself, oh, this is a dead end. It's not leading me anywhere, even if it feels like that. Every step you go on, the universe is putting you there to lead you to something else. So don't give up, don't be discouraged, and don't be emotionally drained by this. I don't want to sound preachy or annoying about this, but there's always something to learn out of every situation. So think of this as well as an extension of your learning. Every time you do whatever job you do or whatever it is, there's something to learn out of each thing as well. So I won't annoy you anymore by doing an annoying, preachy, lovely sounding thing. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you are going to get there. Just know you are going to get to where you want in the end.